Texas and Oklahoma finally joined the SEC this year for the 2024 season. Seems like we've been waiting half a lifetime for this to happen since the news had broken out in July of 2021. But I want to go back and rewind the clocks a little bit and look at what the sentiment was when the news broke for these teams in July of 2021 versus now what the sentiment is for these teams as they prepare to enter SEC play for the 2024 season. So, when the news first broke in July of 21, first of all, it was a bombshell. And it was like, and that was really the catalyst to all of this conference realignment and everything. Like Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC was a big part of that. But my opinion at the time was, damn, I think Oklahoma will fare all right, but I'm not sure how Texas will do. They had just come off of, Texas not being all that great, whereas Oklahoma in the 2020 season, so the season prior to when this was announced, Oklahoma went 9-2 with a Big 12 championship and an emphatic win over a good Florida team. Now, Florida didn't have a lot of their players playing, but they smoked them. Texas went 7-3 and had a bowl win over Colorado. And then, Lincoln was hired away in November of 2021. So after the 21 season, Sark was hired in January of 21. Before that 2021 season. But, Oklahoma was just rattled off 6 Big 12 championships from 2015 to 2020 and never posting more than 2 losses in an extended season, including championship or like conference championship and in playoffs. So they were just cruising. So now let's fast forward to 2024. Now, almost about 3 years later, both of them are recruiting like savages. In the last 3 cycles, Texas' lowest rank of a recruiting class is 6th, and Oklahoma's is 8th. That's their lowest class rank in the last 3 cycles, respectively. Now, Texas has a college football playoff berth last year and a conference championship from last year. Oko rattled off a 10-win season in Venable's second year. So I think there's a little bit of a role reversal here where, 3 years ago when this had just announced, myself and I feel like a lot of others included were like, man, I think Oklahoma will hit the ground running and they'll be able to compete. And Texas will, struggle and fight and claw their way through. I think there's been a little bit of a role reversal here, and I think Texas has now leapfrogged Oklahoma with their past 3, on-field results. Really, mainly just last year, what they had been recruiting, what Sark has been able to do in transfer portal and recruiting, and the results on field from last year have kind of pushed them ahead of where we have Oklahoma and the Brent Venables teams. Now, that being said, Brent Venables did have like a six-win season his first year. He's a year behind Sark, so if he continues that trajectory, he could be right there with Sark. And I think Oklahoma is a little bit underrated here. So I don't think that the leap over Oklahoma, as I perceive Texas, going into the SEC, is all that much greater than where Oklahoma is. It's not some massive gap that I think. I think there is a little bit of one. But, I don't think it was as big as a gap in 2021 where I thought Oklahoma was here and Texas was, here. Now I think it's, Texas and Oklahoma. All in all, I'm excited that they're both, in the SEC. It is what it is. We'll get to see some really good games out of it. At least we get to keep the Red River Shootout. That rivalry is still alive. Have yet to go to that game, but it's definitely on the bucket list. Follow Big Body Ball on all socials, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, at Big Body Ball CFB for more content.